How's it going, everyone? So this is episode 2 of V's Quora Answers, where there's this website app called Quora, Quora. You can request answers from people, things like that. Got through a decent amount yesterday, but I wanted to bring a video and answers for you guys. So if you want to see the full intro and why I'm doing it like this, go to the very first episode and you'll see why I want to do this. All right, but most people can benefit from all these answers, so I wanted to bring it for you guys. But let's dive right into it. So we got Elijah. Is eating before a morning workout ideal? Yeah, man, absolutely. So it all depends on your goals too. There's fasted cardio, which is you don't eat and you do the cardio, and it's supposed to boost your body to go ahead and target those fat stores. A lot of people do this in terms of losing weight in a little bit quicker manner, mainly targeting the love handles and things like that. But either way, reason I say yes, do it. Usually people want to gain lean mass, so you want to make sure your body's fueled with the carbohydrates for the energy source during the workout, as well as a protein source where your body can be using the protein to start rebuilding and things like that mid-workout. Even though our body is going to go catabolic, it will be there for post-workout nutrition as well. So it has an overall benefit of providing our body with what it needs during the workout and after the workout. All right. And then we got Angus. What is a workout that I can use to become stronger and have big muscles in my arms and chest? I am a fit 14-year-old and want to impress. Well, Angus, look up any type of upper body workout. I mean, your curls are good, your tricep extensions, anything that targets those areas for your chest, any type of the bench presses with the barbell, the big bar where you slap weights on. Change it up though. If you're noticing you're plateauing, and by the question, I'm assuming here, okay, that you have reached a point where you're not seeing any more progress, but you want to continue to build, and your end goal is to impress, in whatever that means to you. Change it up from barbells to using dumbbells, because you're targeting different muscles. Your muscles are targeted a different way, they react a different way, they stretch a different way, so that you can get the blood flow and things like that. So with that, guys, Angus, change it up. You got to change it up. Instead of doing incline barbell press with the bar, do it with dumbbells, okay? And then on top of that, superset it with some flies, okay? So you're doing your presses, boom, grab a little bit of weight, and then do it with the flies, same position. You're going to work the muscle in a different way. Apply that to any of those upper body muscle groups, and you should be golden, man. All right, so Adam, how do I pick the workout that fits my body? Well, Adam, it depends on what your goals are, okay? If you're looking to lean out, which means get rid of the fat, build a little bit of lean muscle, in that, then you're going to be doing relatively the same exercises, just a different rep count. Okay, it's just a different rep count. And what I mean by that, you'll still do bench, you'll still do curls, you'll still do triceps, all your basic fundamental lifts, or push-ups, pull-ups, things like that, but you're going to do more of them at a less weight. So if you normally do bench presses, okay, at 135 pounds with the bar, with the barbell, okay, so that's the bar and two 45-pound plates, then you would want to lower, and you do it like 6 to 8, 8 to 10 reps, you want to lower the weight, all right, maybe throw only 35s or 25-pound plates on either side, and do 12 to 15, or maybe sometimes 15 to 18 reps, okay? This causes your muscle to react in a different way, and it targets the fat stores and fat cells, and you use your glycogen different, which is the energy in your muscles, a little bit different. So that would be for cutting. If you're looking to bulk, man, then it's the exact opposite. You want to lessen the weights, or lessen the reps, excuse me, and increase the weight a little bit. So if you're normally 45 on each side of the barbell, go ahead, throw like 5, 10 more pounds on, nothing crazy, okay, but just that little add-on, and every set after that, if you do it for 5 sets, you want to slowly increase the weight each set, but keep the reps 6 to 8, 8 to 10, or 6 to 10, whatever you want, or you can do 10, 8, 6, 6, 8, you know, whatever the case is, and increase the weight every set though. So if you slap 5 more pounds on each side every set, all right, that's how you can change it and choose a workout and things that will help with you. So I'll give you examples of both, very rudimentary basic examples of how to choose what workout is best for you. It's not so much the workouts, because they're relatively the same no matter the goal, but it depends on your end goal, okay, in terms of how many reps in sets. Okay, so that's the key when picking out a routine. Okay, it's not the workout, it's the routine. What routine am I going to do? based off of your end goal. All right, so hopefully that helps you out. Then we got Andial. What does it mean eating 1 gram of protein per pound of desired body weight? My current weight is 140 pounds, so how much protein should I eat a day? Hey man, all that's saying is if you're 140 pounds and you want to be 160, it's telling you that you should eat 160 grams of protein a day. Okay, now that might not necessarily be the case for you. That's a very generic rule of thumb. You can actually get a lot more in detail so that it's for you specific. So that comes down to your nutrition. Okay, protein is a macronutrient. It's also the only nutrients that makes us anabolic, which is the state in which our body is building muscle and losing fat naturally. Okay, so that's why protein is so important. It builds our muscles, but it keeps us in that good state. All right, the opposite is losing muscle and gaining fat. That's called catabolic. Okay, so A for awesome, anabolic, C for catastrophe, catabolic. All right, so what you can do is just look up macro calculators. I use the one by First Form. It's absolutely easy to use, user friendly, because a lot of us don't have time to do all the research. All right, I mean I've done it, but I've spent hours and hours and hours upon researching and to properly speak about it. So that's all that's really saying. That's a very generic rule of thumb. I would suggest not doing that. Just go out and find a calculator, find out what your macros need to be, and then you build a nutrition plan after that. All right, it really depends on if you're looking to gain muscle mass, maintain, or you're looking to lose the weight too. So it all depends on that. Okay, so here's why I say do the calculator. You can choose what your goal is. Do you want to lose weight, maintain where you are, or gain? So if you're looking to lose, but you're basing it off of this 1 gram per desired body weight, right, of protein consumption, chances are you're going to be ingesting too much if you want to lose. Does that make sense? So based off of a generic rule of thumb or idea, you're going to be intaking too many calories and too much of everything in order for your body to naturally lose the weight. Okay, so go find yourself a calculator, calculate it out. If you need any help, find someone who can help you out, shoot me a message or whatever, or hit me up on Instagram or Twitter or something like that, and I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction, man. So Ashva, is it necessary for me to go to the gym in order to lose weight, or are there some exercises that are equivalent to those you can do in the gym? So you can absolutely lose weight and acquire a better physique or feel better about yourself, whatever your end goal is. It doesn't really say here, but you can do that outside the gym. They're body weight workouts, body resistance, there's at-home programs. I mean, you can go buy them, or you can just look up a whole bunch on YouTube and stuff like that. I know I have some demonstration demos, V's demos, if you go to my YouTube channel, of workouts in the gym. But I mean, a lot of that you can do at home. And I'm actually working on right now, just putting together some demonstrations on how to do that. You can pick and choose and create a routine, or you can reach out to someone to help you create a routine. I know I've created at-home workout routines based off of with what you have for other people. So I mean, you can absolutely get results without needing a gym membership, okay? Because they can get expensive and things like that, but all you got to do is type in that Google, hey, this is what it is, or hit me up. I'm more than happy to shoot you some routines so that you can work your way too. But first and foremost, make sure your nutrition is good. Kind of like my previous answer, nutrition is fundamental. Nutrition is the foundation of the mansion that is your body, okay? So without the foundation, your walls are going to cave in, the roof sucks, everyone concentrates on the east and west wing, but they don't concentrate on the foundation to hold those wings up, all right? So you can absolutely reach your goals without the gym though. Kenzie, how can I lose weight on my belly and gain it in my butt? All right, well, Kenzie, belly weight, all right, 100% nutrition, 80% of any fitness goal is nutrition. So again, look at your macros, look at your nutrition plan. If you need help, reach out for help, all right? I'd be more than happy to help you, or someone that you know that is very knowledgeable in this, okay? So when it comes to belly, all right, nutrition, throw in some core workouts, ab exercises 3 times a week, at least 3 workouts at 3 sets at like 20 reps per set, okay? And that should help you target that area, as well as cardio. So set a treadmill or walk hills, but do it at the max incline, 3 to 3.5 miles an hour for 15-20 minutes. You'll burn about 200 calories and things like that. Your hips won't hurt, your knees won't hurt, things like that. So do that, okay? Also, when it comes to your glutes, okay, you need to do exercises that target your glutes. So your squats, your donkey kicks, your hack squats, your lunges, walking lunges, things like that. Or there's one where you can kneel down. You have the bar on your shoulders. You kneel. You're on you're essentially on your knees, and then you just sit down on your feet, come back up, but you want to flex your glutes, target those so that it with the added abs and cardio, you are reducing the amount of fat on your belly. But because you're working your glutes, the way our muscles work, you have to do little microfiber tears when you work out, and then they rebuild. Okay, so if you're looking to shrink the waist, shrink the belly, but grow your glutes, you got to work the glutes, and you got to work and have the proper nutrition plan for your abs and really overall fitness goals for nutrition. So that's what I would suggest. All right, look at nutrition, throw in some good cardio to target that area to lose the belly fat, but you actually have to work and do exercises for your glutes. All right, 100%, you have to do it. All right, so hopefully that helps you out, but you absolutely can do it. Okay. And then we got Rashab, why am I losing fat, exception belly fat, but not getting lean muscle mass after a regular workout? All right, so I would venture to say, one, we need to switch up the routine. You want to switch up your routine every 3 to 4 weeks. Otherwise, you'll plateau and you could lose some fat. And then again, the belly fat, guys, belly fat is nutrition. Okay, so you have to look at your macros, your proteins, your carbohydrate consumption, and your veggies or your fats. Okay, so if those are off, it's going to store it. Where does it store it first? Your abdomen, your belly fat. Okay, and the way it kind of works, like when you start seeing these changes, is the fat will go from top down and then the bottom up. So you lose it in your face, upper body, and your thighs, your hams, your glutes, and then it meets in the middle to your belly. That's why it's always the last thing. You have to understand that. It's always the last thing, okay? So look at your nutrition, all right? Tweak that. If you need help, reach out for help, all right? I'd be more than happy to give you some help, but look at the nutrition, switch up the routine, and that could be as simple as reversing the order of your workouts that you do, because your body's going to be like, yo, what the heck? Because it's always used to going from flat bench to incline bench to dumbbell flies. You know, do dumbbell fives, then incline, then flat, then decline. You know, change it up so that it always keeps our body guessing, and it always has to adapt. All right. James, can you eat Doritos while doing push-ups? I mean, yeah, you probably physically could, my man. Plain and simple. Just get a bowl of them, put it down there, come down, eat it. On your way back up, I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because then it defeats the purpose of working out. But I mean, physically you could do it, but personally, I wouldn't recommend it. Mary, why did I gain weight even though I exercise, eat well, my body looks the same, possibly even thinner, and my clothes still fit? I gained 7 pounds since my last checkup. Well, you could have a lot of different things going on, Mary. I mean, I'm not a medical professional, all right, but it doesn't sound like it's a medical issue. What I think is you're actually putting on lean muscle mass. I mean, if it is in fact, right, I mean, I don't know what you need for your nutrition plan, but if you are exercising, you're eating well, all right, and you're saying you're possibly even thinner, that could mean that your nutrition plan is on point and you're in an anabolic state longer, okay? And anabolic, going back to my previous question, it was part of that one, we're gaining lean muscle and losing the fat, okay? So you could be losing the fat and gaining that good lean muscle mass, okay? So without kind of knowing more about what's going on and what your nutrition plan is, it sounds like that's what's going on. If you don't want to be gaining weight, then what I would say is, and you just kind of want to maintain where you're at, cut back on the protein a little bit, cut back on your carbs, and then what I would suggest is increasing the repetitions per the workout, okay? So if you normally do 10 reps of an exercise like curls, do 15 to keep it 12 to 15, all right? That's more of a maintaining, and then just lower the weight a little bit when you do it, and you should be able just to maintain where you're at along with how you eat and things like that. But hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. And if you're overly concerned, I mean, you went to your last checkup, you were up 7 pounds. If that's a worry and you want to get, checked to see if there's anything medically wrong, again, I'm not a medical professional. Go ahead, let your doctor know, and they should be able to hook you up there. All right, Albert, should I work out other muscles if one is sore? All right, so your muscles are going to be sore, my man. All right, 100%. They're going to be sore. All right, just because they're sore doesn't mean you shouldn't work them out. What you want to do is have a rotation. That's a routine. All right, I prefer one muscle group a day. Some individuals like two muscle groups a day. Okay, so I do, let's say, chest, then I'll do back, then I'll do shoulders and traps, then I'll do legs, then I'll do arms. Okay, arms, because you got two smaller muscle groups, I knock those out in a day. All right, so that's how I do it, and I just keep the rotation. If they're sore, that means I did put that much more work in, I have those tears, and my body's going to grow with the proper nutrition. So that's good. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do it, especially if you ever take a week or two off sometimes. Let's say you're on vacation, you're like, yo, I'm going to chill, and then you get back into the gym and it feels like, oh my God, why did I ever stop? It's like my first day in the gym again. You push through it that next week and that soreness gets less and less and less. So it's not that you shouldn't, okay? It's that you have to understand that your body's doing what you're wanting it to do. Get the microfiber tears in your muscles so that it can grow, all right? So no, just because they're sore doesn't mean you shouldn't work them out if it's back in the rotation of your routine. Now, if you do chest and you're stupid sore the next day and you decide to do chest, like, no, give your body time to heal and prepare or repair, all right, and wait till the next rotation, okay? But just because you're still sore doesn't mean that you shouldn't work them out, okay? Everyone's body is repairing differently. What I would look at is your post-nutrition as well, because that's key in terms of recovery and the soreness, all right? So if you're not intaking a protein source or something like that along with some carbs, then our insulin isn't spiking, which happens, and then what that does, if our insulin doesn't spike, then all the nutrients doesn't get to our muscles sooner to start the recovery process faster so that we can heal faster and be less sore. All right, plus that insulin drives out the lactic acid, which causes the soreness in the first place in our body. So if we don't have as much of that going on through the carbohydrates post-workout, then you're going to be more so sore as compared to if you actually did do that, all right, because it's flushing all that lactic acid out and fighting it for you. So look at that too, all right? If you got any questions, hit me up or reach out to someone who knows. I'd be more than happy to hook it up, man. All right, Bryson, how can I lose water weight? I eat healthy and go to the gym with cardio, weightlifting, and ab exercises, yet I still can't lose this extra flab. Does anyone have any suggestions? All right, man. So a common theme in all these answers is nutrition. All right, you actually want to intake about a gallon, so that's, just over 60 ounces, right? 64 to be exact, to 2 gallons of water a day. Okay, you need it. Your body's like what, 70-80%, depending on wherever you look it up, of water. So if you deplete your water, you don't want to deplete your body of water. That's what causes the pump. That's what causes the nutrients to go to our body, throughout our body for its normal function and gaining muscle and things like that. Okay, the flab is fat. You have to understand that. The flab is fat. It's not water. Okay, so nutrition, kind of going back to a couple answers ago. If our nutrition's off, our body's going to store stuff because it doesn't have what it needs for your specific body and body type. Okay, so where does it store it? Right here, okay, or here. All right, these are the big main areas in our neck in which our body's storing it right away. Okay, nutrition. Calculate out your macros. Google a macro calculator, okay, and find out if you are in fact where you need to be. If you need help with that, reach out. It can get confusing, okay? Be more than happy to hook you up. But chances are it's not water weight that's your issue, because the second you intake water again, that water weight's going to come right back. It's just natural. Our body needs the water. It's the nutrition and what we put into our body that we eat, okay? Plus, if you use supplements and things like that, it makes a little twist to the dynamic. But you have to understand, man, it's not water weight. It's not. It's your nutrition, all right? So start there, all right? Kevin, are wheat flakes, oats, and corn flakes advisable for someone who's trying to gain weight? I would suggest one out of the three. Oats. Oats, 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 all right? Especially if I think we're talking about breakfast here. Oats, some wheat toast, something like that. Not so much the corn flakes or the, what was the other one? Wheat flakes, okay? Because now we're getting into like cereals, all right? And you got a lot of extra stuff in cereals, whereas the plain oats, you're getting exactly that, plain oats, all right? So I use oats, and then I use some peanut butter, and you can mix it up in there so that it's not just plain or just a dabble of vanilla extract. I mean, it doesn't have any calories. Like, there are ways to do it so that it doesn't taste as disgusting, but I would recommend oats for breakfast or a wheat toast or something like that, okay? Not your corn flakes and your wheat flakes, all right? But that's my suggestion. Take it, run with it, and apply it. It makes it a little bit more boring, but that's part of fitness and the nutrition aspect. All right, you're gonna have some bland stuff, but there are things you can do to make it less bland and more tolerable. Summit. What should I do before and after morning running? First, you want to make sure you're hydrated the night before. Second, you want to stretch and prepare, do a little warm-up jog. If you look at it, marathon runners actually run a mile or two before the actual marathon so that they're all loosened up and they fight through that initial F my life aspect. And then from there, you want to stretch afterwards, maybe do some foam rolling, roll out the lactic acid, stretch, and intake some water and maybe some carbs and good post-nutrition there. Ganesh, what is the best time for exercise? Whenever you can fit it in. Hands down, whenever you can fit it in. Too many people cause excuses like, oh, I don't have the time and things like that. Time is their most valuable asset. You just got to carve out time to do it. Like, what's a half hour a day? My workouts last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes, depending on my rest time in between sets. Like, that's it. That's all the time it takes. You got 24 hours. You got 24 hours. Whenever you can fit it in. If that means you're delaying going out to the bar or wherever, I mean, I don't know your age, man, but this is for everyone. If that means you got to delay it a half hour to an hour just so that you can achieve your goals, then who cares? What's 1 hour out of 24, and what's 7 hours out of the week for the next month, year, stuff like that? Like, think big picture. If you don't take care of your body now, carve it out now, and be proactive with your health, then all of a sudden you're gonna take it and be reactive when all of a sudden you got to get all these tests and medicines and things like that. Like, carve out the time whenever you can fit it in, 100%. Dylan, what is life like as a field artilleryman in the Marine Corps? Do you enjoy it or know anyone that does? All right, so I am motor transportation by trade. I'm not a field artilleryman. I have worked with field artillerymen, and they love their life. I mean, with every aspect of any occupation that you ever get into or career you ever get into, you're going to have things that you like and dislike. I mean, it can be a physically demanding job. One of my good friends now, I was working with as a recruiter, he's a field artilleryman, and he absolutely loves it. He loves what he does. He gets to fire big cannons, and there's a lot of math, there's a lot of trajectories, there's a lot of weather, there's a lot of things you got to take into account. So it's not just like manual labor, but knowing the purpose behind what he's doing and supporting those who need that fire support, you know, that gives him a lot of self-worth and meaning. So what they do is they're the guys where if you ever see someone and they're on the radio and they're like, hey, we need fire support, that's what he does. He delivers that fire support. Okay, so that's what a field artilleryman does in a nutshell. Okay, that's a very basic explanation on what they do. So do they enjoy it? Absolutely. Do they have a purpose? Absolutely. But just like anything, I mean, there are certain things that as human beings we're just gonna be like, hey, you know, yeah, this kind of sucks, but it's better than an alternative, if that makes sense. So absolutely, man. But all right, guys, so those are my answers for today right now. Hopefully it helped everyone out. That I'm going to continue to keep doing this. Okay, if you have anything, you know, through this video, I know I have my Instagram pop up, my Snapchat, my Twitter, whatever the case is. Hit me up. Hit me up if you need some help with anything. All right, I want to continue to do this. The feedback's been phenomenal so far. And if you could, just share this video or point someone in this direction, because maybe they could use some help too. And that's what it's all about. All right, it's all about bringing stuff for you guys, and from my perspective and things like that. And you can ask me anything. I'll try and answer it the best. And if I don't know, I'll plain and simply tell you I don't know. But maybe I can refer you to a source that does. All right, so that's what I got for now. I look forward to going through the rest of these questions and pushing out some more content and videos for you guys. But please, please let other people know about this so that they can get their questions answered too. All right. And as always, stay motivated.